Greetings. This is Justin Allen with the Elite Nurse Practitioner. Welcome to the Elite Nurse Practitioner Show, podcast dedicated to nurse practitioner entrepreneurism and achieving financial freedom, where I talk directly with nurse practitioners who need help. Listen up, our market is saturated. Jobs can be scarce. We are underpaid. We are undervalued. We are taken advantage of by the sharks within the healthcare system, and frankly, screw that. I'm sick of it, and it's time for a change. And listen, I'm here to help make that happen. We are powerful. We can forge a path where we are in control of our career and ultimately our financial and personal well-being. You do not need to submit to healthcare administrators and your doctor overlords. You do not have to take a measly salary. You do not have to work 50 to 60 hours a week. There is a different way, and I'm here to show you that path. This podcast is raw and unfiltered. I have not talked to the nurse practitioners in this podcast prior to the call outside of an email exchange to schedule the episode. What you're about to listen to is a consultation session between a nurse practitioner and myself. It is real, it is unscripted, it is unplanned, and I have no idea what we're going to talk about. Anything and everything can happen during our conversation. The nurse practitioners in these episodes are struggling with an issue in their professional or financial life, and they have reached out to me for help. My goal is to help the nurse practitioner with actionable advice that will enhance and improve their professional, business, and financial life. My other goal is to hopefully help my nurse practitioner sisters and brothers build a more productive, powerful, and free life. So I hope the content and information within these podcast episodes does just that. All right, onto the episode. Hello, everyone. Today we'll be talking to Noreen, who is an adult nurse practitioner practicing out of Massachusetts. She quit her full-time job at the beginning of the year to focus all of her energies on her IV infusion business. Currently, she is operating an IV infusion business where she provides a multitude of various infusions. She is wanting to grow this practice and begin integrating more advanced infusions and possibly some additional services into her practice. She's needing assistance marketing her practice, getting patients through the door, and what complementary services she can add to her practice to increase revenue. Hey, Noreen, how are you?
I'm great, Justin. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for you to be here, and hopefully I can help you out. So
I think you will.
Yeah, cool. So let's just jump right into this. So tell me a little bit about yourself, how long you've been a nurse practitioner for, what you've been doing when you started the IV infusion clinic and all that good stuff.
Sure. So I've been a nurse practitioner since 97. I've been a nurse for 30 years.
Wow.
I've done a lot of different things. So I worked in primary care. I worked in nursing education. I was a professor for a little while, which I'll never do that again. But, and then I've done like home care when my kids are teenagers. I have to be around for them. And then I just quit, and I am currently full on in my IV hydration company.
Okay, perfect. Well, why not teach again? Yeah. Come on, tell us about that.
I don't know, students, I used to love it. And as I got older, I didn't have the same passion, and the money is there. I got a PhD to be a professor, and now that is the last thing I want to do.
Sure.
The money's just not there. I have 3 kids. I got to get to college. Like, it's just not happening.
Yeah. Okay. So just the money's not there. And plus, I'm sure a lot of students drive you crazy.
Yeah, no, I love students. I absolutely love them. It's a lot of work and not a lot of financial return, which is what I really need right now in my life.
I got it. Okay. All right. So you've been a nurse practitioner since 1997 is what you said?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
So you were probably one of like the few nurse practitioners back then, huh?
I know. I love school. So I was a nurse for a couple of years and went right into being an NP. So
Cool.
yeah, I loved school.
Yeah. Okay. And Massachusetts just got autonomous practice, didn't they?
Yes, they did. I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
Oh,
So pumped.
I bet you are. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, anyways, so you started this IV infusion clinic back in, was it last year? October.
Well,
Okay.
you see, last year in October, we were mobile for a year. I say we, it's just me that owns the company. We were mobile in the Boston area last year, and we noticed all our calls were coming from a certain area of Boston. So when I got sick of the mobile, I said, I want to land somewhere. So I rented a salon suite right outside, 10 minutes outside the Boston area. And I'm in a great salon suite surrounded by a lot of different massage, hair. You can leave there looking like a supermodel with the spray tan, the facial, everything. So I'm in a great spot.
And so, yeah, how's business going?
Okay. So I'm going to give you some numbers. So January, so I was working a full-time job in home care, and I quit because my business was floundering. I had zero energy for it. So I took my savings and I said, I'm just going to jump. So I did that. As scary as it was, I'm happy I did it because I'm learning a tremendous amount, and the growth I've had for myself has been, incredible. So the numbers, I'll just throw some numbers at
Okay.
you. I see, my best month was March. I took in 18,000.
Okay.
And then April, I took in 16,000. I'm only open 20 hours a week because I'm not filling up the 20 hours. So I'm like, why am I going to go to 40 if I'm just, I want to fill up the 20 before I expand my hours. So yeah, those are my numbers. I see average of 16 clients a week. And yeah, that's any other numbers you need or. Oh, okay, wait. I have 1,300 people visit my website every month. I have 1,200 Instagram followers. I've had an influencer come in. This kid has 75,000. I mean, yeah, he's a TikTok influencer. He has 75,000 TikTok followers. He put me on. He got an IV. He put it on there. So that was great for that 1 week that happened, But other than that, it's been hard. Just, I feel like I'm at the mercy of Google, people Googling me because that's how they find me. I have really good SEO. Yeah, I don't run paid ads. I'm relying on anything but paid ads.
Well, that might be a problem. Okay, so let's just go over some of these numbers here real quick before we dive into, dive into the marketing a little bit more. Okay, so it sounds like on average, anywhere between 15 to 20,000 a month is kind of where you're going. Are you seeing a month-to-month increase in revenue?
Well, no, because March I was 18K and then April I was 16K. And this month, May, seems quieter because people are getting married, people are graduating, people have first communions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this month is just dead. It's across the board. Every business I have, every business owner I've talked with, it's a slow month. Okay. That's and I'm across the country from you. Okay. May is just a slow month. Yeah. So don't stress out about that. Okay. It's just part of business. So, okay. Now I'm talking about before that though. So March was more, April was less, but what about the month to month, before all that? Are you seeing increases in revenue?
Oh, yes. From before that, definitely. I think I was 12,000 the month before, and then I shot up to 18 once I started focusing and quit my job. And yeah, definitely increases there. Definitely.
Okay, good. All right. So listen, I want you to first realize something here is that month to month, you are seeing an increase in revenue, that's good. I mean, if you can continue this path, it should exponentially grow. And by this time next year, hopefully it'll be, double to maybe even triple what it is now. But I want you to realize something is that April of this year, the stock market has tanked. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world. So business in general has slowed down across the board for a lot of people. So these are things out of your control. Okay. So realize that. I think that, if the stock market was not crashing and, the war in Ukraine, all this crazy stuff going on in the world, I bet you probably would have made more in April compared to March. But this is the world. It's out of your hands, it's out of your control. You can do nothing about that. Right. So.
All right. That makes me feel better because I always think it's me, I'm doing something wrong, or I don't know, but that makes me feel better.
Yeah. No. I guarantee it. April was, it was a good month for me, but it was less than March for me as well. And I think it's just the uncertainty in the world. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, though, profit on that. So let's just use the example of 15,000 because that seems about average for you right now. So what's your profit? How much are you taking home?
4,000.
4,000. Okay. So you got a margin of about 30% or so.
Yes, I have nurses that I pay $45 an hour that work with me because I'm not great at IVs and I want to train them so I can eventually leave them there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So yeah, that's my other expense is payroll and then supplies and stuff. I'm getting better at trying to find better pricing on supplies, and I'm getting better at paying myself. I do the profit first method. So I've been doing that. So it's getting better. I didn't pay myself for a couple months, but starting the last month or so, I've been paying myself.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, you're starting to pay yourself. That's always a plus for a business. Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Especially one that really just truly, started really growing since October. Right. So,
right.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Okay. You're doing pretty good compared to a lot of people I've talked with.
Thank you.
I mean, seriously, you are. Is there anything that you can lean out here? I mean, 30% margin is mean, it's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, a lot of businesses are looking at like profit margins of 5, 10%, something like that. So 30% is nothing to scoff at. With these
Right.
niche practices, though, you should be getting up to close to 50. So it just depends. Is there anything you can lean out here? Do you need all the staff that you have? Do you need maybe certain supplies that you're ordering? Is there anywhere you can lean
Right.
out?
I'd have to think about that. I'm sure there is. The thing about the staff is I'm not fantastic at IVs and we get some tough sticks. So, rather than ruin my reputation, I'm like, to me, it's worth it to have like an ER nurse there who can get in like any IV. So I'm going to have to think about that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm going to write that down.
There's usually something in your business that is kind of draining your financials. There's usually something that you can cut out to lean it out just a little bit. And then, just even getting up to maybe just a little 5% more makes a big difference. So just think about that. But but this sounds like that you're using RNs, to do the IVs and whatnot. So this is somewhat of a partially passive income stream for you.
I mean, I'm there every day. I haven't taken a day off since we got there. Like I'm always there working on the business, taking classes to learn something new, to do something new. So no, I wouldn't say it's passive because I'm definitely there.
But once the educational component of it's done and once the systems are in place and everything's developed, it sounds like it's probably going to be somewhat partially passive. I mean, what are you going to be doing?
Yes, my goal is to franchise the business. I've already spoken to a franchise attorney about what I need to do to franchise. I want to be in salon suites across like the country is my ultimate goal. That's my ultimate plan.
Sure. Well, yeah, the first thing you have to do is you have to develop systems first. I mean, you have to systemize, proceduralize everything if you want to franchise out. I mean, it has to be a copy and paste thing. Yeah.
No.
The infant stages. Okay. So you're spending a lot of time working on these processes and stuff then.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so those numbers, like I said, they're not bad. They're not fantastic, but they're not bad. They're good. Okay. Now it could definitely be better. So let's talk about, getting some more patients in the door. So you were talking that your SEO is really good. So if someone looks up IV infusion in your area, you're popping up within the top searches.
Yes.
Okay. And do you have lots of Google reviews on that listing?
Yeah, I have 45-star reviews.
Fantastic. Okay, great. And are you urging and pushing every single person that comes through the door to write one?
Not everyone. Sometimes I get lazy about it, but overall, yeah, I ask them to write it.
And do you have any idea what the rate of people actually writing it is?
Probably I asked like 2 a week, I'll be honest. I thought 45 stars were pretty good, so I've been kind of like lax about it. Yeah.
Well,
I did a new thing. I want to start this new thing where I give them a freebie 12 shot if they post on social media about us. So I'm going to start that too.
Sure. 5% or 10% off their next infusion or something. Yeah. Something.
It's a good idea. I should do like the next infusion, not this one. Be like, hey, you post on social media, I'll give you 10% off your next one. That way they can match. That's a good one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The trick is that they have to post that 5-star review on Google before they leave the door, before you give them that coupon.
Okay. I want them to post on social media just for more exposure.
Sure. But the Google review on the search is, if someone's searching for IV infusion, a lot of times they're just going to look at the Google listing, see all the reviews, and they're just going to book an appointment. I almost think that Google reviews are more important than a social media shout out, to be honest with you. Yeah. But you make sure they post a review before they leave.
Oh, I will. I have the that square, what is it called? The QR reader right on like a thing I got on Etsy. And I just say, I hold it up. I say, here, will you do this? And it pops right up.
Perfect. There you go. Yep. Have them write the review right then and there. It's super important because listen, your competition is going to have 250 reviews. You're going to have a measly 40. So,
okay. I actually have the most reviews out of my competition, but I'll keep working on it. I understand what you're saying.
Keep pushing it. Absolutely. The more you have, the better it's going to be. And that's free. That's cheap and free.
Okay.
Yeah. So really push that, just try to utilize what you got here. Okay. So your SEO's dialed in, you have all that. It sounds like your website is probably pretty dialed in then as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
I pay someone to manage it. So
okay, perfect. So people can easily schedule an appointment on there and it's straight to the point. Okay, good. All right.
People say they like my website. I had a guy come in today and he said, out of all the places in Boston, I liked your website. You explained everything well, blah, blah, blah. So I said, great.
Perfect. Okay. So you have all the foundations here in place then. All right. What have you done for advertising outside of just the SEO and just the organic stuff?
Okay, I'll tell you, I forgot about this to mention. I got a Google ads that begins with an R. They're not the search ones, they're the responsive ones. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, sorry, I'm getting confused. So I was paying a guy from Fiverr.com $300 to manage them, and he was doing a crap job. And I said, you know what? Screw this whole thing. I just don't have the time or energy to put into this. So now I'm starting to pay attention to these Google ads again. It's a grant. I got a grant for Google ads. That's it. And so now I'm paying someone who's going to fix them up and make them better. So that's my plan for those.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Google ads work great. Search ads work great. Those sorts of things.
Grant I have is for not the search ones, just the responsive ones.
Just the responsive ones. How much do you have?
I have $10,000 a month.
10,000 a month?
Yep. And Google ads through this grant.
Wow. Okay. Then, yeah, you need to find a Google responsive ad expert.
I know. I do. I do.
Yeah. You have 10,000 a month. So that can be spent on management fee and ad spend?
Not management fee, just ad spend.
Just ad spend. Well, regardless, that's $10,000 in ad spend. That's insane. Like, I would be paying someone $1,500 to $2,000 a month to manage it appropriately.
See, that's what people want. And I'm just like, no, I have, I need to make more money to pay these people $1,500 to $2,000. That's the thing. So maybe you can like straighten me out
here. Listen, you have $10,000 of free advertising dollars. I mean, that's an insane amount of money. Okay, for this, like, that's free money. Like, paying someone $1,500 to $2,000 a month to do it right. That's a solid investment. I guarantee you'll make that back and more.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I think you need to hire someone. Go to Upwork.com or Fiverr.com or whatever. Or I got a marketing guy I might be able to get you in touch with that can help you out with this. Like, you need to find an expert with this and be like, hey, listen, I got $10,000 in ad spend.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you'd be a fool not to. I mean, just totally maximize that. I would.
I know. I haven't maximized it because I've been overwhelmed with it. Google ads overwhelm me. And then paying people, I'm like, wait, I can't add someone else to the payroll. But I see your point. Right.
I think this is an investment. Okay. It really is. Yeah. You know, paying someone to manage ads and whatnot, it took me a long time to get to that point where I finally did it, have someone else manage some of my ads for me. When you find the right people, it's definitely worth the money.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, they've helped me tremendously. I mean, you can do a lot of this yourself. You can do a lot of it yourself, and you should learn how to do a lot of this yourself as the practice owner, I think, because I think marketing is the number one function of your business. You need to know how to do it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But with that kind of money, you really, you need to either like take a class on how to do it yourself or just pay an expert and you keep, working on your business.
Okay.
Yeah. I would just pay someone. Yeah. So anyways, get that done. Like, I would do that. I would get on that when we get off this phone call or work on it tomorrow. Seriously.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm glad I told you that because I almost forgot. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. That's $10,000 a month and free ad spend. That's crazy. So,
I didn't respect like responsive ads. I only respected like the search ads because I thought those were like the supreme ones, the best ones. And I was like, oh, these stink, but I guess I'm wrong. So
no, you should be able to find someone to make it work. I mean, I think probably search ads are better, but if you're already ranking number one, then who cares?
Right.
Why do you need those? You're going to come up with number one anyways, right?
True.
Yeah. All right. I hope everyone's enjoying the episode so far. I just wanted to take a quick break to thank everyone listening and also give a big thank you to all of my social media followers and email subscribers. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to our email list at www.elitenp.com and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Email subscribers will receive updates on new weekly podcast episodes, multiple weekly articles we publish, new courses, and everything else related to helping you succeed. Remember, all Elite Nurse Practitioner courses are designed to help you build a niche practice, increase your financial strength, and to break free from the rat race. If I can break free and then other countless nurse practitioners can break free, then so can you. Additionally, please share this podcast with your other nurse practitioner sisters and brothers out there. The more NPs that venture out on their own, the stronger our profession will become. Now, let's get back to the episode. Yeah, so you need to like hire this person, and then you need to maybe even think about hiring a graphic designer or someone who can maybe edit videos or something like that. And like you really need to make these ads beautiful. And then
Oh, okay. I didn't
yeah,
even know videos can go in these ads.
don't quote me. I'm not an expert with responsive ads. I thought they could be like short ones. Like I don't think it could be
Okay,
like
I'll check it out. No, I'll look into it.
yeah, more like GIFs and stuff, I think. No, but don't quote me.
Okay,
I'm not. I don't know much about the responsive ads.
no worries. I'm
yeah.
happy you just said what you said.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So you're gonna do that. So I would maybe spend $1,500 a month on that.
Okay.
If I was you, I would maybe just give that 3 months or so and just see what happens before you start diving down other rabbit holes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I have another question. Do you think I should do a niche, like just focus on like, I have a skinny drip that's popular. Should I just like focus on like niche down on like the weight loss and take your weight loss class and like niche down basically? So I'm just focusing on one population, one group.
Sure. I think that's the best way to do, operate a business. I mean, I really do. I think the more niche you can be, the better your business can be. But you said the skinny IV infusion, the weight loss infusion is your most popular. Do you have any idea what percentage of people use that one versus the other ones?
Yeah. It's on my Square. You know how like Square gives you like the percent of who does
Yeah.
what? That's like my number one. So I'd say like in the last 3 months, I think like, I don't know, maybe 700 people bought that. And then like, 600 bought the Myers, and then NAD was below that.
So it's like up there in like the 20-30% of all
Yeah,
infusion.
it is. Okay. Yeah, it's up there. When I was like pushing it, I had women coming in all the time for it, and they would come week after week. And then I kind of dropped that because I'm like, I don't know. I just thought sometimes you lose your mojo with something. I'm like, I'm bored with that. Let's try something different.
Well, what's your repeat customers like? How many of these people come back?
30%, 70% are new customers. That's another problem I have.
Huh.
So 30% come back, 70% don't. What has kept people coming back is the whole skinny drip. I have a skinny drip package with lipo-amino shots, and I sell a few of those. So the skinny drips keep people coming back in the door.
Right. So what's that telling you?
That's why I know.
Yeah, I think you do need to maybe niche down on weight loss.
I know. I think I do too. You know what holds me back though is like weight loss is a tough one because, I don't want people to say, hey, that I tried, it didn't even work, because they have to do the work too. And I make that very clear. I always say this won't work unless you do. If you're diet and exercising, then this is the right choice for you. But if you're not, this is not going to do anything.
Well, yeah, it's true. But I mean, semaglutide, like they're going to lose weight.
Is that what you teach in your class? Isn't that on shortage or something? Or
no, some pharmacies have a shortage of it and others don't. I haven't had a problem with it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. There's always going to be supply shortages come and go. That's just one of those things. Like,
do you put what pharmacies you use on your in your class?
Yeah, there's an entire semaglutide cheat sheet that comes with the course. It's very simple to prescribe. It's not that difficult. Then you have things like, good old-fashioned phentermine works great in some people. There's multiple things that you can do. And this is the thing I don't like about IV infusion is that the recurrency of it is low.
Right.
You're always going to have recurrent patients that love it and whatnot. Then there'll be some patients who just get it one time for a hangover and never come back.
Yes, exactly. That's the frustration I'm having. Right. That's why I want to add something that like, like weight loss or something that's going to keep people consistent and coming back.
Correct. The recurrent patient versus the one-time patient. Yeah. That's the problem with IV infusion. A lot of it's just one-time patients. Like my men's health clinic, 99% recurrent patients. They keep on coming back. Like it builds up month to month.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that can be similar to a weight loss clinic. They'll keep coming back, obviously, until they've, lost all the weight, but then you have other patients who are replacing them. You know what I mean? So I think I don't want you to completely get rid of the IV infusion. Even if 70%.
Oh, no. I want to keep it. And I want to add like do you think adding the whole weight loss piece to my IV infusion? I love the IV infusion. Like that's my number one. I think I should add like the whole weight loss piece to it as an added stream.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen to what the world's telling you here. They're telling you, they want the weight loss. They're doing the skinny infusion. Like now, like add more things to it.
Okay. I'm with you. I love it. Okay.
Yeah. And just change the name of your practice to whatever IV infusion and weight loss center, or weight loss and IV infusion center, like just add the weight loss to it. That's literally all you're gonna have to do. You're already ranking number one with SEO anyways. So get in your Google business listing and just type in weight loss after the name. Boom. Now you have a weight loss clinic. Like it's that simple.
All right.
Yeah. Have your web developer build out a page, a couple pages on your website about the weight loss, include it on the homepage, explain the weight loss process, the packages that you already have for the skinny dip or whatever, or the skinny drip, skinny dipping.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
That's their goal. Yeah.
That's their goal. Skinny dipping. Yeah. But yeah, like the package you already have for skinny drip. Now develop other packages for, adding the semaglutide on top of it, or the phentermine, or whatever it may be. Then you get these packages, 3 to 6 month long packages for, the semaglutide for 3 months for, quick weight loss before summer, 6 months for the sustained weight loss, and, stuff like that. You just develop packages for it.
I love it. Let me ask you, when you give your patients semaglutide, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but do you work with their primary care doctor also, or is this like separate from their primary care?
No, I don't talk to them.
Okay. All right. Just checking. All right. No. I wasn't sure how that worked.
Yeah. I mean, with any kind of weight loss program, you really want to do lab work, initial blood work. Okay.
Okay.
A lot of weight loss clinics don't do any lab work at all. They're just like, here's your phentermine, see you next week,
Yeah.
But I think that's piss poor medicine. So you really need to do blood work on these people, because what if their thyroid's out of whack? Well, if you treat that problem, they're going to start losing weight, right? Like if their hormones are all over the place, like let's say if a guy comes in and his testosterone level's up 150, he's going to have a hard time losing weight. Fix the testosterone problem and you fix the guy's weight problem.
Right.
So yeah, I think a good solid lab panel is just good medicine with weight loss. And so, so yeah. So
do you write a letter to the primary care saying, hey, this is what I did, this is blah, blah, blah?
No.
To keep them in the loop, or no? Okay. Just checking.
Well,
what if their thyroid's out of whack? Do you send them back to their primary care to get their thyroid checked out?
Well, it depends. I mean, you can do it and generate revenue from it, or you can refer it out. It's really up to you.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure about if I was stepping on toes. That's one thing I don't want to do. But no, if you tell me that's fine. I wasn't sure.
I don't think you're stepping on toes for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Thyroid optimization is super important to understand and know. I mean, there's a thyroid course that teaches you how to do that. That plus the weight loss would be really a super powerful combination, because even a lot of people might have subclinical hypothyroidism, where their thyroid is just slower than normal. And then optimizing their thyroid hormone will really accelerate the weight loss, for example.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, you can always refer out whatever you want. You can keep your practice as simple as you want, or you can integrate a bunch of complementary services into it. That's going to increase patient satisfaction. It's going to increase patient volume. It's also going to increase, your bottom line.
I agree. This has been super helpful.
Do you want to talk about anything else in terms of the marketing goes? I mean, have you thought about doing anything else? Have you thought about, advertising in gyms or restaurants or anything like that?
I've Instagram. I've gone on Instagram. Like I've joined up with another gym. Like I've said, hey, let's do a joint giveaway. They give away like a needling session. I give away a free IV. So I've done that. That's great for the week that it happens. But after that, like it kind of fizzles, I haven't had good luck. I was going to do like a pure bar place on Friday, and only one person was going to show up. And I said, well, you know what? Because everyone was away, it's May, whatever. Everyone's busy. So I said, hey, tell your gym members they can have 20% off until May 20th, because we didn't do the Friday because everyone was away, because I was going to be at the gym, on the Friday. So yeah, I've been doing that, but I don't know. It's not wowing people.
Well, what about more like static ads though? Like, a flyer or something on like the gym televisions or the screens or like in the bathrooms.
Oh yeah. All right. I've called golf courses and I'm like, can I advertise there? Can I hang a flyer? And they've all been nasty. Just said like, oh, it's like municipal. We don't own it. You can't. But the gyms, you're right. I could. Oh my God, there's gonna be an awesome gym, like $150 a month in the town that I'm in. So I could go there when they open up. That's a great idea.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Go in there and talk with them. So I have ads in like in the gyms on like the televisions. in front of
Okay.
the ellipticals. And so I have ads on there for my men's health clinic, and like I get patients from that stuff. Works.
Oh, are they expensive ads? Are they cheaper ads? Like
No, I
25 bucks a month,
spend.
or are they 100? Like, how does that go?
So I reached out to a local marketing agency. Okay. So there should be local marketing agencies in your area, and
Okay.
that specialize on local advertisements. And so a lot of these marketing agencies will have contracts with a lot of these businesses, restaurants,
Okay.
bars, the airport, golf courses, gyms, and they have digital ads on like the TVs in there. I'm sure you've seen that stuff before. Like if
Oh,
you're in a gym and you
definitely.
see the ad
Definitely.
there, right? So
Yeah.
there's agencies that focus in on that. So if you can find who does that, you can call them and get your ads in there. So they usually have like packages where they're like, we'll put you on 20 screens for $300 a month or whatever. We'll put you on 50 screens for $500 a month. So,
Oh, I just remembered one thing. I'm in the 3 Hilton hotels in Boston. I did do that. I just remembered I did an ad for the 3 Hilton hotels, and I paid up front for them for like a year or something.
is it
So that's
working? Are you
another
getting
thing.
patients from it?
I haven't got one yet, and I think it just went live like a few weeks ago. So I have to check with the company and make sure it's gone live.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I
Yeah, but
mean, it
that's
might work. Who knows? You got people passing through who might want an IV or something. Who knows?
right, right.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, maybe just reach out to some local businesses and see.
yeah, this is
Some
great.
What about you are asking your patients where they hear from you from? So is it mostly Google is what they're telling you?
Yeah, 99% say Google, 1% says Instagram.
Yeah, well there you go. Stop focusing on Instagram. Whatever, scrap it.
Yeah.
It's a waste of your time. I
I
wouldn't
know.
bother unless you're boosting the posts, unless you're paying for those
Okay.
posts,
I'll
paying for
just
the
do the
ads.
Google ads. I'm going to keep that up. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you for focusing me on that.
No, for sure. And you haven't tried Facebook at all?
I have. I am not a fan of Facebook. I know you said it's great, but I don't get a lot of people that follow me on Facebook. I've run a couple of ads. Of course, I don't think the wording was great. I was gonna have someone run an ad for me there that was giving 50% off. They said that's the only way you'll get people in the door. And I don't know. I'm still waiting to hear back from him, but I don't know. I'm just not a fan of Facebook.
Your Facebook page, while people think it's important, it's really not that important. I mean, a lot of people aren't going to be going to your page and looking at your stuff. Now, some areas they might. It really depends on what services you have and what content you have on there. But
Yeah.
for paid advertising purposes, it can work, especially for weight loss and IV infusion. Over 90% of all social media users are on Facebook. So I think it's really
Yeah.
important to utilize it to its fullest potential. So don't discredit it.
Okay.
The trick is just figuring out who your target market is, on social media, and having those ads be sent out directly to those people.
Okay.
So people interested in IV infusion, weight loss, those sorts of things, what are those people's interests? Who is that demographic? And so
Yeah.
once you figure that out, you send ads
Hmm.
directly to those people. I mean, you can kill it with Facebook ads if you do it right.
I know. That's a problem. I don't think I've been doing it right.
Yeah. Well, if you hire this marketer to do your Google ads, maybe they can do your Facebook ads too. Who knows?
I know. That's a good
Yeah.
point. I'm going to
Yeah.
look into that as soon as I hang up.
Yeah. Okay. How you looking financially here? I mean, how much money do you got saved up in the,
Till the
business
end of the
account to
summer.
invest
Till the end of the summer. I have until August.
until you personally run out of cash or the business?
Yep. No, me. Till the whole
Okay.
thing is out of cash. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. So you're making 4,000 a month is what you're paying yourself so far.
Yep.
Can you not live off that?
No. I got to live off like at least 10 grand a month.
Okay. So do you have a contingency plan just in case?
Yeah. I would take like a night shift job. I wouldn't lose the momentum of the company. I would just like take a night shift job. Yeah. I have an idea in my head what I would do.
All right. Well, I think that if you can invest the money into this, you should be able to increase patient volume. And I think once the world settles down a little bit more, I think you'll get back on that trajectory that you were on before.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I so appreciate this. You gave me like I don't know, it's nice to have a pair of fresh eyes looking at what you're doing, because you get into like a little hole by yourself and you're not even sure if you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. No, I think you are. I think that it's just bad timing right now. Like I said, the world is just very uncertain. And so a lot of people aren't spending a lot of discretionary cash right now. It's out of
Okay.
your hands. I think it's just one of those
Right.
things, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Don't let that stop you. I mean, things always go back to normal. People normalize.
Right.
Yeah.
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 I don't give up. Like I'm not someone I've been wanting to be an entrepreneur for 20 years. So I'm like, there's no stopping me now. I'll never throw in the towel.
No, don't.
Yeah, I
Absolutely
never
not.
would.
You only fail once you quit.
Of course.
That's
Yeah.
when you fail. You never fail if you
Yeah.
don't quit.
I don't quit. I
Yeah.
don't quit.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Well, is there anything else that you want to talk about?
No, I wanted your opinion on if I should niche down. I really like your weight loss idea. I think that is what people have been drawn to me for. So yeah, I think it's great. I'm so happy that we connected and you had me on the show.
Yeah. Deliver the need. If that's what they want,
Right.
deliver it. Give it to them.
I think there's a few other. I have a friend in South Carolina that's in the same boat as me, so I know we're not the only ones. I think there's a lot of people out there in the same boat doing the same thing.
Let your patients tell you what they want. I mean, if you listen to them, you'll figure it out. It sounds like you do. You just need to now execute.
Right.
So, yeah.
You're right. Thank
anyways,
you.
You're welcome. I like to end the episode with you asking me a question. Do you have any kind of, I don't know, any question you've always wanted to ask me? Or
How many kids do you have?
I have 0 kids, but my wife is pregnant. So
Awesome.
yeah,
That is awesome.
She's 12 weeks. Yeah. So by the time
that's awesome.
Yeah. So by the time this podcast is released, she will be probably 20 weeks.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
You're so smart to have started a company before you had kids. Like my kids are teenagers and I wish I could have done it when they, before I had them or, when they were younger, but you can't look back. You can only look ahead.
Right. That thought's actually crossed my mind. I'm so glad I've gotten this shit done and out of the way.
Yes.
Because now I'm I have so much more time now that I'm gonna be able to spend with the kid. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Well,
You're
thank
so
you.
Smart to do that. Yeah, I'm very happy for you.
Well, thanks. Do you have any other questions or anything else you want to talk about?
No, but I'm grateful, Justin. Thank you so much for doing this.
Sure thing.
I appreciate it.
You are welcome. If you need anything else, just let me know. Okay.
I will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Take care.
Okay. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye. I hope everyone enjoyed the conversation with Noreen. So she is doing pretty good. I mean, she really started in October and she's already approaching that $20,000 mark in revenue. Times have been a little uncertain, so revenue's dropped down a little bit. So just remember that, okay? Sometimes things are going to be out of your control. Sometimes revenue will decrease for a couple months, depending on what's going on in the world. April of 2022, the stock market did not do very well. It's one of the poorest months in the market in, years. And so there's a lot of uncertainty out there. So sometimes your revenue will decrease based off of factors that are totally out of your control. So don't stress out about that, okay? Revenue was a little down for myself the past couple months, right? That is just part of capitalism. That's just part of being an entrepreneur. And another thing, listen to your patients. Look at the numbers, look at what they like, look at what they want, okay, and capitalize on that. She said that her weight loss infusion is her most popular infusion. She said that's the infusion that people are coming back for. That's where her recurrent patients are, right? So capitalize on that. So she's now going to integrate some weight loss services into her practice, right? If she does that, I suspect that her recurrent patient base will increase, which will increase her patient volume and ultimately increase her revenue, right? So just listen to your patients, right? Deliver the need. Give them what they want, okay? You just need to listen and be cognizant about it, right? Hope everyone enjoyed this episode. Talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye. Thank you for listening to the show. Quick legal disclaimer. The content of this podcast is meant for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be used as legal, financial, medical, regulatory, or practice-specific advice. For information pertaining to your specific legal, financial, medical, or practice-specific needs, please be sure to consult with your lawyer, CPA, medical director, and or your state's practice laws and the most up-to-date clinical guidelines. As always, do your due diligence when it comes to any information found online and in podcasts. The content in this podcast is copyrighted by Galaxy Medical Southwest 2022 and cannot be duplicated, rebroadcasted, or reproduced without our written permission.